Well, I'm hoping this is working. Yeah. Right, you'll have to tell me if it's working, people. I want to see if I can get to the chat function of this and see how many people come online. I am actually going to cross over and see if there's anything on Rumble, because it is a pain in the arse trying to find it. Where is it? Something should have sent me a. So I'll put that in the phone. 28th, 29th, it's the 30th today, and I still can't see it. Most recent. Hopefully this is going to be live. See, it don't show your live feed, does it? When it's, I can't see the live feed. What a pain in the arse. All right. Oh, I'm seeing everybody. Right, so I can't get onto Rumble, believe it or not, to have a look at this. Listen, I was trying to log in, and whilst I've managed to log in, it's not showing the camera well. But judicial review. So if anyone thinks there ain't a lot of paperwork to do, think again. There is a minor thing that we have to. You've got to enclose a copy of the order or the decision you're right, and we are doing that by a slightly different way, right? So we're still carrying on what we're doing. I've got in this paperwork, claimant's copy. There's a judge's copy there, but basically that's it. But there's 7. It's actually 6, I think, defendants in total, and that's what we're doing. But we're asking for a declaration and a couple of other things in the background. So yes, that is all going ahead. May have to do some of it tomorrow, but they've been warned that it's on there. 5p5 on YouTube. Thank you, Mark, for that. So evidently the channel on YouTube is working. I do want to say this to people, and again, Supermod, if you're out there, will you put the easy links for people, and you probably have to send them to me again as well, so I can put them in the YouTube descriptions, because people really do need to come over to Rumble. Whilst on YouTube, I can't say and do and say what I want to be able to say to you, and Rumble is the place to be. Bearing in mind, you know, we're not doing anything wrong with what we're doing. We're not saying anything wrong. I'm talking about a certain drug that is the safest drug in the world. But evidently, if I mention it, they give us a strike. Even though now all over the country, it's now being recognised that it is a very safe medication, far more safer than paracetamol or anything like that you can get over the counter. So I just want everyone to understand that. So the judicial review element, I was working on it from this morning, about 6 in the morning to about 1 this afternoon. And BFB Bandit and one other, Pots and Pans, will tell you how much paperwork there is because of all the copies you have to do, and then get everything in the right order and do all these things. And then you drive all the way to, not all the way, it's only 9 miles away, I think, Leeds High Court to put it in. Well, at least I know where I've got to go again. And there was a big battle in, not battle in the court, but in terms of there was a bit of verbal because I'm exempt from wearing a mask, and the security guards tried to make me wear a lanyard, and I said I don't have to wear one of them. And they got really stroppy about it, so I decided to put them in their place. Right. Yeah, so we've got some corrections to do. I'm going to speak to Robin tomorrow and see if there's a fractionally different way I can do it for the judicial review. If not, I'll do it by the law of tort and it'll go into a county court. I have every confidence that that will go straight in there and the judge will look at it and say what happened. We explain what happened, and it is, I think they call it vicarious liability. of a number of individuals that haven't done their jobs in the way that they should have done. So one way or the other, we're looking at being in the court a bit lively. And I might just say that I have just been out and had a lovely meal with one of the most beautiful young ladies. I'm not going to say any more because she thinks I'm cheesy. Typical Northerner, right? All right, pet. Right. So, yeah, I just had something to eat. Now, and yes, I did get in time to do the video. And for some reason, every now and again, this particular PC says it won't allow me to use the camera, and I ain't got a clue why. I have to reboot the whole thing, and I've took another bit of software that was on there off because it seemed like it interfered. BNB Nasha, oh, it is no good for say Merck, the manufacturers. Okay, anyone out there? I don't know where BMW Nasha is, but if anyone can block him and ban him, please do. Just make sure, and if it's on Rumble, then I will sort that out later and ban him. BMW Nasha. So if there's anyone out there, any mods or whatever, or anyone out there can work out how to ban him. Thank you very much. English Bulldog, the Lodge, evening all. See the Yorkshire Militia. Anyone know how you get live chat up on Rumble? I don't know, but we'll soon find out. I'm sure someone will help us out with that one. But you definitely want to go over to Rumble. Rumble's the main place to be. And again, I will be looking at getting on there, trying to work out how to people on there as well. We've already got a troll on there that's been with me for years. He's obviously got nothing better to do with his life. So again, if he's on the YouTube channel, ban him. And can I just say, I can't remember. He's having a connections issue. Stand by, we're trying to. So we've probably got with one of the connections. I don't know which one it is. It's just flashed up on my screen. There is connection issues with one of the live streams, and I don't know which one it is. So, any questions there from anyone? Good evening, all. Militia 1688. Now, I just want to say this to you. We was driving down through Leeds. Now, I don't know if the person watches the show or listens of Leeds. So where H&P Armley is, there's a prison there. But as we drove through on the way to Leeds, there's a tower block on the right hand side, and there's loads of English flags hanging out of the windows, which you'd expect. Some silly bastard's got a fucking Union Jack fucking hanging out the window, and he doesn't seem to understand, or they don't seem to understand that a Union Jack does not. There is no such football team or country, funny enough, that represents the Union Jack. So, on that note, what we did see at both sides was somebody had an English Democrats flag, an actual English Democrats flag, and had it out of the window of this tower block. Now, we all spotted it. The fella in the back, pots and pans, said, "That's an English Democrats flag." And we looked up and it was. And when we come away, we could see it on the other side as well. So whoever this person is, has got a pair of English Democrats flags, which we thought was fantastic, flying out of his window. If I'd had more time, I would have sussed out where the block number was and give him a knock and just say, "Hello, are you an English Democrat?" But it was just funny. So you're driving through different places, you see these things. Let's have a look now. Who else have we got on here? Poppy Lover. How you doing? Poppy Lover. David Wesley, Militia. Let's have a look and see if there's any other questions. Right, tonight really is a bit of a just to catch up to let you know that we did try and put the judicial review in today. There was a minor correction which I've got to speak to Robin about as well and put it in. We have got witness statements from myself, Therese, and Val. They're all in with a judicial review. What I'm asking for is very clear. It is a simple judicial review. I can't see any major issues with it. Minor error in what they wanted, so it's part of their filter system, as awkward as possible, but we're going to put that in. And if it don't go through the judicial review process, I will take it through the law of tort, and I will explain that to people, and I'll actually teach people how to do it themselves. I think that's the better way of doing it. It's not difficult. Right, and I'll show you and teach you how you got to do that tomorrow afternoon. We're doing some other bits and pieces. Tomorrow night I'll be at the Count, just to let you know. They have, believe it or not sent us the postal vote access whatever whatever it was that we needed to get access, and I think they've done that deliberately. So there's definitely some serious skullduggery going on. I can tell you that Human Rights Commission, the Chief Constable of West Yorkshire, and the returning officer for Batley and Spen have all been emailed with a judicial review, right? So they know that we're going to be taking them to court. That's fine. That's exactly what we want, because you have to sell them anyway. What is the JR for? The JR is in reference to, and if I can tell you some of this, let me see if I can pull some of it out. Let's get this on there, right? So the full list of defendants will be the returning officer Batley and Spen, acting returning officer Batley and Spen, Chief Constable West Yorkshire. Not sure what's coming through on my phone at the moment, but just to make sure, pots and beans, not pots and pans. Now listen, pots and beans, bollocks to that. It's pots and pans, right? We've just changed his name for him. Police and Crime Commissioner West Yorkshire, Head of Ofcom, and the Secretary of State for the Home Office, Pretty Patel, basically. And then we'll go through and I'll read some of this out to you, and then you'll know what we'll do. And I've got to find to the right place. Right, so the details of the decision to be judicially reviewed. Police instructions, opinion, and slander of English Democrats and candidate campaigners, activists in Batley and Spen during an election period. In brackets, a criminal offence and human rights violation by state authorities. Ofcom, state authority, failure to ensure fair reporting by all media, and returning officers, state authority, and acting returning officers, failure to ensure a fair election. Human rights abuses of electorate and candidate of the English Democrats in clear discrimination, violating the Equality Act 2010, political or other opinion. We go on with more detail, which I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes. I'm seeing a few pings coming on here. There's loads of paperwork to this. So a mandatory order, a declaration that the inaction of the British Media Authority, namely Ofcom Media, unlawfulness is by way of omission of the English Democrats. In relation to the enforcement of fair media coverage for and on behalf of the English nation and the electorate of the English nation is incompatible with two covenants of international law, UNICCPR, ICESCR, ECHR, European Convention of Human Rights Protocol, Article 3, and Human Rights Act 1988, therefore unlawful. A declaration that the acting returning officer of Kirklees and returning officer Batley and Spen constituency has failed to ensure a fair election where the electors have not been given an informed choice in relation to their human rights to vote for an English independence candidate. Therefore, self-determination for England in violation of the international law. Again, it goes into what laws has been violated. Prohibition order. A declaration that the actions of the Chief Constable of West Yorkshire Police, local and national media are incompatible with Human Rights Act 1998. and 2 covenants of international law, UN ICCPR, ICE SCR, European Court of Human Rights, and a Protocol Article 3, Human Rights 1998, therefore unlawful. A quashing order. We are seeking a quashing order back from the High Court of England that international human rights laws and conventions apply to English nation and her subjects. That British interference or omissions concerning rights of the English to self-determination is unlawful and a human rights abuse. Did everyone hear that and get that? Hopefully you can hear me, and the sound is pretty good. There's all my signature over this. It then every citizen. There's some other elements to this, and it goes into a lot more detail in the back. Now, I will go through more detail when we put the stuff in there. It's all been accepted. But basically, there is lots of it. But at least we're doing something. We're not just sitting on our asses and doing it. So again, donations have come in to help with the funding on that. I am really grateful for that because it helps. I've spent about 18 hours on it. If you work out 18 hours at their silly rates, and bearing in mind they wouldn't help us at all, you wouldn't be able to get a British barrister to assist us. Let's work out 18 hours times. And that's just the start of it. They'll probably charge you about £3,600 just to write that out. And that's without the fees of putting it in. Donald Rumsfeld dies. Fuck me, he's dead. Well, let's have a look at that. Former Defence Secretary Donald Rumsfeld dies at 88. Oh, right, he's near his knockings in. Architect of the Iraq War who served under Bush and passes away, surrounded by family in New Mexico. Former Defence Secretary Donald Rumsfeld has died. There's no conspiracy theories around these people. You know, he's 88, the geezer. Rumsfeld served as Defence Secretary under Gerald Ford and George Bush and was central to the plans involving the invasion of Iraq to Afghanistan. He died in Taos, New Mexico, according to his family. More to follow. So I've just read you out that little bit of news that's popped in as we're live, no less. So don't forget, I'm not going to be on here for ages tonight because I am doing the 5x5 channel. Hopefully, I won't have a major problem with crossing over to 5x5. Hopefully, our friend, pot and pot beans. Let me see you saying pot and pot beans. You're now called pots and pans. We've renamed you because it's easier. Right, so that's the third one. So we're still waiting for some more of that to come in. English Bulldog, not like the block of flats. Let's have a look at that. Not like the block of flats that just collapsed on itself then. No, that's slightly different. I would suggest a block of flats suddenly collapsing on itself in the United States of America. Maybe you would expect something like that to happen in third world countries, but you wouldn't expect a block of flats to be collapsing on itself in the United States of America. Their building standards very similar to ours. You know, their fire standards, corruption standards, their construction standards are very similar to ours, right? So that's what you got to remember. Right, here we go then. the short arse civvy. Everything is buffering. I'm not surprised. I don't know why it's buffering though. It's probably because I'm going out to other channels at the same time. Gordon, thank you very much for that donation, my friend. The major problem in his major problem, and his cousin, major disaster. Let's have a look. Austin, hello, Daddy Dragon. Great week. I'm not changing my name. No, we changed it for you, son. You ain't got to worry about that. So when you hear me talk about pots and pans, we mean pop and pot beans. And most people out there should know what that means. David Wesley, what a tongue twister that is, though. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else there. Needs work doing to it. If only they were as passionate to the English Democrats as they are to English football. Well, that ain't hard, you know. I mean, we are sorting things out in the background, and I think you will see something happen. Just to let you know. So we are cracking on. Just received another donation. Thank you very much for that. I hear Cummins and Johnson families are eugenists. That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. And there are things I think are very strange about what's going on there. You think there is 31 terabytes going released now, but 3 years gone. I think there's something that's going to happen. I don't know about how much of it is there, but I do believe something's going to happen. Philip, Flavel, F.E. Geordie Block. All right, lad. Let's have a look there. And by the way, if my other mate, Geordie's mate from is watching, have you heard anything back yet? We'll be in Rome on Saturday to cheer England on. Philip Flavel, well done, my son. That's what I want to hear. When the Germans are weeping, we'll be cheering. We'll be in Rome this Saturday. Surfside flats were reported unsafe 3 years ago. Boris's dad is deaf. A eugenist. Well, he's deaf, or he's definitely a eugenist. Yeah, he's got a book that says he is as well. Lived in Essex 40 years, only heard about the English Democrats 2 to 3 years ago, never received any leaflets or seen anyone in town promote them. Call us Saxon. Well, I tell you what, that's not down to us, people, my friend. That's because the British are oppressing and suppressing us. There are things we're doing in the background. And I'm trying to do as much as I can to make sure that we progress this. And I think a bit of legal strategy is what's needed. So that's what we're going to be doing. Constitutional solutions. Hello. England football. Truth seeker. I don't disagree with you, truth seeker. I don't disagree with you. Popular, I'm sure, Civi Wicked. Adolf Johnson, father, wrote 3 books about overpopulation. Yep. I think someone else has said that to me. Hello, everyone. And Daddy Dragon. Sorry I'm late. BFD Bandit. BFD Bandit, what have you been doing? One of your fantastic dinners. I've got to work out how I can do some washing as well. Anyway, I'll sort that out later. I'll have to do that, I think, when I'm in Manchester. Dave Olden, BFD, hello. England till I died. So, what's this one? The whole Johnson family are green. Paul Dunstan, Carrie Simmons, employed by several Jules Soros. Yeah, I know. I've seen that before and all. Very dodgy. So I'm just reading out these comments at the moment. I want to show you more about this judicial review. I can't go into more detail about it yet. I am speaking to Robin. He did try and ring me earlier. I was otherwise engaged. So I muted him. Actually, I turned my phone off for 2 hours. And I ain't stopped being hit by messages since I've switched it on. So I'll be on 5 I need a comfort break because I've been trying to sort this out and not done anything else, right? So at 9 o'clock, I'll be on 5 via Zoom. So hopefully, I don't know where it's on there. If Ray Edmonds can tell everyone where you are. That's funny, Mark. And we'll see where we go from there. So, what else are we doing? It looks like I'm staying a couple of nights in Liverpool. I think I'll be there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there. What nights was it? I don't know what nights it is. Definitely Saturday night. It might be Sunday night, and then driving back Monday. But then I'll be coming back over. But I've got 2 cases to deal with still. One is Steve Todd, and the other one is Charlie Staples. So I've got to get my head wrapped around them completely and make sure I'm up to speed on them with what's going on and what we're going to do when we get to court. And there's a lot of stuff that we can do on both of them. So that's it. I will see you on 5B5 at 9 o'clock. If you can please watch UK Column today's show, really interested in the truth. You might have to send me a message on that on email. I don't really entertain UK Column for various reasons, including the fact that they're British. I don't know what's going on there. I've just seen another message come through. Let's have a look at that. This is a bit weird. Right, that's it. I'm off. Did you get my email message today? short after. Not sure. I think I did, but I'll have to go back and have a look. Tracy Truism. See you 5B5. Be there or be square. Thank you, Paul D. Dunlop. So I'm going to have a comfort break, nip out for a fag because I'm not allowed to smoke in here, and then come back again. So I will see you all shortly. Go over to the 5B5 channel at 9 p.m. UK time. That's it. But there's lots going on in the background, and I'll have another little chat with you there, and we'll see what's going on in the US as well. So see you all later. Don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution.